right, so this is a special episode. Yo, introduce yourself.
This is Cold Facts.
Yo, y'all can call me Thousand.
We got Inspector J.
All right, bet. Favorite segment on the show.
Ow.
Should we care?
Do we care?
Do we care? J. Cole just dropped the album, KOD. We got mixed reviews in the room.
Hold on. So since Easy, y'all are both alumni. I want alumni of St. John's. I want you to kick it off.
So to be honest, I think that holistically, people should care because J. Cole is a person who, for me, like he's that rapper that young people, I'm not gonna lie, should probably look up to.
Yeah.
Not for me. Like I didn't grow up looking up to nobody, and I grew up. No, I'm serious.
You didn't grow up looking up to nobody.
Except Mike Tyson.
I didn't look up to, no, I didn't look up to them. It was things like I feel like we overlap, and it's things that
I respect
like,
that.
I contextually align with. Like, but when I was coming up, like we was trying to do our own thing. Yeah. So for me, like his content, J. Cole is more specific to younger people. Like he's 33 years old, I believe. And I think about him at 33 and Jay-Z at 33. The shit that Jay-Z was rapping about at 33 when I was whatever age, and I could go back and listen to Jay-Z at 33 versus J. Cole at 33 is like worlds away from each other. Because the shit that Jay was talking about, I understood it more. I aligned with it more versus what he like. So let me just get into it. His album, for the most part for me, like I think the content is really good. But as far as a rapper, like I feel like there's people who are better than him just from the standpoint of like lyrical ability, being entertaining, double entendres. It's so many different ways. I just feel like J. Cole just says things, and then sometimes like he has like this first world problems, like millionaire problems. And it's like, yo, bro, like, yo, you live a great life. Yo, just enjoy this shit, man. Like you talking about like coming up with cats and cats switching up on you. Yeah, that's everybody. But at the same time, like you should. But you sound like you just like crying about it. Like, yeah, come on, man.
Right.
Like,
should the culture
But
care?
Thaz, what you think?
So, I J. Cole, I like him like on a macro level, right? I'm like, oh, he's a positive brother. Like, I love the fact that he's college educated. He talks about being college educated. Yeah, that's great, right? Like, he talks about some levels of struggle, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. The only knock I have on J. Cole, and like I was telling Colfax earlier, is that I just don't feel like lyrically, like technical skills, he's not great to me. Like so on the new album, I love this one track called 1985, right?
Dope track.
But if you listen to it, any one of us could have wrote that track.
And it sounds like he hating too on a younger generation.
No, he's not hating.
I
don't think so.
Don't be confused. Don't be confused with him just saying like, oh yeah, one of them dissed me the other day and I brushed it off, and like how he. Like when you walk into it's like when I come in, if you come in and you give somebody a compliment, but at the same time, like, yeah, man, you look nice, but what you got on, that's some bullshit. Like you ain't on my level.
I don't know if it's a you not on my level. I think it's like a hey, you know what?
Hey,
whatever you're doing, do your thing. Make your money, enjoy yourself, do it the best that you can do it, and make as much money as you can, because you at the end of the day look like me. Yeah. I think that's what he's saying. However, I'm not a fan of that shit. Just like I was about to say, I'm not a fan really of J. Cole, like lyrically. If you put him in the same room with Raekwon or with
that's unfair. That's unfair.
Hold on.
That can't put Raekwon.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Raekwon.
No.
You just ain't one of the dopest MCs of all time.
Can I get my point out?
Get your point.
My point is, of motherfuckers who have a certain profession, rapper, J. Cole is a rapper. Raekwon is a rapper. Jay-Z is a rapper. Now, the level that you are, just like with being a copywriter or being an art director, there are some art directors who are, that's just a regular little art director. And then there are visionaries. Then there are motherfuckers who you put them on Keynote or Photoshop, them niggas are surgical. Am I lying?
You're right. You're right.
Then there's other art directors. Them niggas don't know the tools.
Yeah.
Them niggas can't freehand draw.
Yeah, that's true.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
So going back to rap, J. Cole, you write rhymes like a nigga like me who got a degree.
But before we go to anyone, before
That was actually a dope rhyme.
I know.
that was actually
That was got bars.
But hold on. That's a J. Cole bar. Like his shit is so simplistic. The cadence is regular as fuck.
I absolutely want to hear what Colfax has to say before we go to Colfax. Like for me, J. Cole, the reason
Nigga, that was funny as fuck, wasn't it?
the reason why J. Cole is held to like that standard where he is because the music is so bad lyrically or just content wise.
I don't think so.
Listen,
But
hold on.
Colfax got it exactly.
I just want to hear Colfax.
180 point of
If
view
J.
on that.
Cole had came out in 1997, that nigga would not have a deal.
I agree.
Facts.
That was my point.
That nigga would not have a deal.
I mean, that's debatable.
All right, so like my perspective is, and I'm not a J. Cole fan. I listen to it primarily to talk about it today.
Me too. It was a sleeper for me.
I actually fucked with it though. I believe, like I said, like we were talking about before we started the recording. There are two types of MCs in hip hop. There's two strains, I would say, of MCs in hip hop. There's the mathematical, lyrical Biggie strain. Then there's the spiritual, emotive strain that I would envision in Tupac, or I would say represented best in Tupac. There are very few that cross both, right? I believe Cole emotes to a perspective that makes me feel what he's saying versus looking to him for metaphors and lyrical breakdowns and verbal wordplay and mathematical, rhyming of words. I don't look to him for that, right? That's the Raekwon, Kiss, Jay, that world, right?
Right.
Then there's the other side, the Ye's of the world, the Pacs of the world that just
Biggie.
make you feel the shit that they're saying.
Kanye say fly shit.
And Kanye has
He
both.
says it in a way
He's
that's-
one of the
yeah,
few
you
that
like
can
it.
do both. That
Yeah.
can literally make a word play and then take you on a ride, but also just make you feel the shit he's saying. I think, is the best of doing that. Nas had the ability to do that, though Nas, I think, was way more mathematical on lyrics. But the point is that I believe Jay, and listening to KOD, he takes you into his world.
Yeah, it's a
and
story.
gets you, and you're just relating to it. So
What
for
KOD
that
mean?
reason, I love it.
It's
it has three
3 or 4
meanings.
different
I'll look it
meanings.
up.
Like kids on drugs.
Yeah, explain that.
King.
I just don't care about this shit.
But
Like,
hold
I'm just
on,
keeping it
but hold
stacked.
on,
Like, I
but
don't
hold
care
on.
about that, bro. Like
Because-
the way I grew up is miles and miles away. Like even the music before this, like he's talking about losing his virginity. Like I don't
Yeah,
care
see,
about
that's why
that.
I
Like
just
that shit is just.
But
like,
but
yo,
hold on,
that-
but hold on, because
it's
because
weak
Colfax, he said something interesting. He said that there's two types of rappers, two lanes of rappers. You have the Biggie, which is kind of craftsmanship and lyrical quality, and Tupac, which is more of the emotional and the man of the people type of thing. I think that used to be true. I think now that we live in this era of Lil Pump and Lil Xan
It's a
and all that
vibe.
type of shit, there's a whole third lane, and that third lane is encroaching on the culture to a certain degree.
Agreed.
And I'm not saying it's even a bad thing that's encroaching, because cultures always get encroached and things get remixed and remade new. But J. Cole is interesting, and I think the reason why the culture should care about J. Cole, he's really the person who represents somebody who's fighting to preserve the old standard.
Certainly.
Even if from a talent level he's not up to par with things we've seen before, he's the one out there on the front line. Like, I'm the dude who's still kind of young. I'm the dude who's still making music that's current, and I'm trying to fight to preserve this whole thing. But then what's interesting about how he's doing it is that he's doing it going alone, and you can't win going alone. I agree. And he's producing all the music himself, and he's writing all the rhymes. He doesn't have features. Where's his squad?
Where is the squad? He got a squad?
But he talks about that, like on the first song. You're right.
But you can't win going alone. And the more I listen to his, I've got all his albums. I've listened to all his albums. You can almost feel the isolation more and more every time he drops something new.
Well, I tell you one thing, that cover is creepy. That motherfucker looked like a weird Jesus selling shit like the Burger King mascot with lean and all kinds of shit.
It's a Burger King Jesus pimp.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
But you know, it's almost like it's the same thing because
By
the whole
himself.
album. Because the whole album is Kids on Drugs. He made
Yeah.
the whole album about that 1985 song. It's all about the change in this culture, and then 1985 is the finishing way he talks about it. But the cover and all these kids on drugs and all these rappers who are these new rappers, and they're all talking about being on lean, being on pills.
But rappers been talking about drugs. Goddamn Chronicle was a whole album dedicated to smoking weed.
But I feel like there was
weed
more
different,
diversity.
It's still a drug.
It's different, bro.
I mean, he talks about
if you
some real
doing
shit.
weed,
The taxes
True.
shit was dope. I give him his props. The tax shit is dope, but just
I think he. J. Cole has a lot of real normalized things. So like, you didn't like the virginity song, right?
I didn't like the fact that he made a song called "I Let Nas Down." Like, why? Like,
Who gives a fuck?
Right. Like, you're a man. Why are you talking about you let another man that you don't
That ain't your daddy.
artistically?
But think about it.
figuratively,
Think
like-
about it. Think about it as in a different context, right? Here's a cat who was, he was your idol, right?
Right.
So it's like the minute you meet your idol, and your idol is like, yo, I fucks with you.
Right.
I like what you're doing. I like what you're producing. I like your point of view, whatever, right? Then all of a sudden, he's like, yo, what you're doing now is whack. That would affect you. So I think that
no,
you
I
being
agree.
funny right now.
I'm not being funny.
Rose.
I guarantee
being
you,
funny.
there are people in your life. That if they could say a certain thing to you, it would definitely affect you.
Yeah.
And you would be like, "Damn, I let this nigga down," or
I understand what you're saying, but for me, the point I'm trying to make is the fact that, like, you living 3 towns away and not knowing who a person is, and you're talking about you let them down. That sounds crazy.
No, but in the song, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the song he talks about meeting Nas, right? And like that, he tells the story of meeting him, building a relationship, then, producing whatever he did, and then Nas was like, felt some type of
But
way.
it does just make J. Cole the Kobe
workout
Bryant
song.
of rap. Like when Kobe first came out, he was doing
Trying
the
to be
same
Jordan,
mannerisms as
right.
Jordan, tugging on
Definitely
the shorts
not.
in between timeouts
And
like
then Kobe
Jordan.
stopped giving
Definitely
a fuck.
not.
And then when Kobe stopped giving a fuck, he became his own
Definitely
man.
not.
That's
Mamba.
perfect for what I'm saying.
But
J.
still,
Cole is the
Kobe to
Cuttino
this
Mobley
day,
of
I
rap.
guarantee you.
You said what?
J. Cole is the Cuttino Mobley of rap.
Oh, man.
He is not the motherfucking Kobe of rap.
Cole facts.
Damn, Kofax.
I'm sorry.
You got
Please.
daggers today.
Cole
No.
facts.
Jay is the fucking Kobe of rap, maybe.
Jay is probably the Mike Jordan rap.
He's Mike Jordan.
No.
Who's better than Jay?
He's a New York motherfucker.
No.
Yeah, they are.
Well, we're not gonna
Bro.
get
Biggie
that
didn't.
debate.
I'm
Biggie
not
didn't
gonna
make
say-
enough albums, and Biggie didn't have a
All
longer
right, so
career
then
for
I'll
me
say
to say that
Kanye
he's
is the
better than
Kobe
Jay.
of rap. Then.
Bro,
right, I
hold
got
on.
that.
Let's do
You
that.
know
All
how
I'm saying is,
hold on.
Wait,
Cole ain't
wait,
Kobe.
wait,
Hold on.
hold on.
He said Cole.
You know how like I realized Biggie was on another level,
Absolutely.
and I'm not a New York cat, right? I lived in New York 13 years, but
You not?
get the fuck out of here. You know where I'm from, motherfucker.
Southside.
So
What up, though?
I'm on fucking Nostrand Ave. I'm walking down the street, and it's like maybe 3-4 years ago, and I'm hearing motherfucking Hypnotized banging out of this cat car. And he's a cat. He might be your age. He's young. He's like 27, 28, whatever, young cat. And I'm like, how do you even know this shit? And he's banging this shit like we was in 97. And I'm like, yo, for this cat music to transcend fucking, at that time, 18, 19 years or whatever. Come on, bro. Biggie made forever music. And Biggie at 23, 24 years old was just on a whole nother level, technically, than anybody else. Jay is very good. Very good. I love Jay, personally. But Jay, he just has a composition of work that's it's just so much, so many
Right.
songs.
Right.
Right.
But let me just say this, and I'm done with the topic. If DMX would have died after his second album, he would have been the greatest rapper of all time. So to my point,
You're crazy. No.
Yo, you know what's
don't
crazy?
act like you was not barking. Don't act like you wasn't barking in 97.
I
98.
never barked.
I didn't.
Y'all from Chicago.
I didn't say I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
you know-
say
you
I
know what's
didn't.
funny.
From
What I'm
Chicago,
saying is, the point I'm trying-
educated and been out east since I was 17 years old. I never barked.
I barked.
DMX
I
was
did.
corny
I barked.
as fuck.
I barked.
What I'm saying to
Yo,
you,
this shit is funny.
what I'm saying to you is he had the passion of Pac in him in the first two albums.
Yeah, he's definitely got that.
But DMX never, ever, ever had the technical skills of Biggie.
At all.
It's not.
I just
but
want
the
to point
thing
out
is-
that Rose said he didn't care, but he talked the most about this topic out of everybody.
About
Say
what?
it.
No,
Say
J.
it.
Cole. I love that. No. I don't.
Jacoby said
No. Originally, I did say people should care.
I mean, the point of the segment was, do we care? But I get what you're saying because
Obviously we care.
That's a
Yeah,
point.
it sounds like we care.
If Eminem would have died after his second album, no,
Eminem makes whack ass albums.
No. But the point I'm trying to say is, he's saying Biggie. Biggie died after 2 albums, maybe 2.5, because his album was
Double
like 2
album.
albums.
Double album.
But if Eminem would have died after his first 3 albums, like there wouldn't be no conversation about is Eminem the best
Hold on,
rapper
hold on,
or
hold
not.
on.
That's what I feel.
You would just say that it was
Let's
what?
do a quick litmus test. Quick.
Please.
I love Eminem, right?
Right.
But I guarantee you, every brother in here can remember a whole Biggie verse versus a whole fucking Marshall Mathers verse.
I don't know one Eminem verse.
I couldn't tell you one,
can
and I
probably
love
remember.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
However, I do know on nights I perform like Mike, anyone, Tyson, Jordan.
That's a fact.
Come on, bro.
I get that.
Biggie got fucking
Or
dumb
warning.
lyrics.
I
Who
would
the
say-
fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and
now
nigga
I'm
yawning.
Wipe
The cold from my eye.
The
I am
point-
there.
I know,
I am
no, I
there.
get
I
that.
am literally in your bedroom
Wait,
right now,
let me finish this
watching the story
Yeah.
transpire.
I get that, but
Biggie.
no. The point I'm trying to make is everybody in this room. Yes, we all know Biggie and his rhymes, but those are rhymes we've been listening to for almost 20 something years.
Yeah.
No one
Literally
allowed
21.
Biggie to get whack. Is the point?
He would've
I'm
never
trying
got
to
whack.
make. He died after his second album.
Okay.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I mean, I think the point is Biggie and other artists have
never got a
timeless
chance to get
music
whack.
because I've heard that argument
Or
millions
retire.
of times.
Or get
because
writer's
like,
block.
you can say the same thing about like Lauryn Hill, Nas, whatever. If they
Right.
would have passed after their first album, they would
Right.
technically be seen as the greatest as their
True.
in their genre.
That shit was heavy just now, right?
But yeah, that was a lot. So
Hey.
just to wrap it,
So we talking about
And
Malcolm
I'm
and Martin, this motherfucker.
yo, so KOD stands for
Kids on Drugs.
King Overdosed, and Kill Our Demons. So
Okay,
I
see,
like
he's
Kids
doing
on
too
Drugs.
much.
That's
He
why
didn't three.
Well,
He didn't
that's what the
three.
internet is
That's
saying.
why
Cole
he's
just
continuing
be
on Mobley.
doing
That's
too
why
much.
he's continuing
Anyway,
on Mobley.
moving to one of his peers, Kendrick just won a Pulitzer.
Salute to
That's
Kendrick.
dope.
Damn.
Salute. That's the only hip hop dude, person, whatever, to win such a prize like that.
He's actually the
That's huge.
only non-classical
Yeah,
or
yeah,
non-jazz
yeah.
to win that. That's huge.
Salute to Kendrick Lamar, man.
It's a salute, but yet again, here we go, elevating their awards when we already know Kendrick is dope.
Yeah,
I mean,
It takes that
Yeah.
validation for us to say, okay, yeah, he's, my point, it's great, it's an honor from them.
yeah.
But I don't wait to be recognized in that perspective, and that's.
I mean,
So let's talk about that.
and
hold
the
on,
ad
nobody's
game,
saying we waiting
No,
to
no,
recognize.
I've never won an award
Let's
at
talk
all,
about that.
besides an Effie.
Because everybody at this table.
Speak on it. I like
And
that.
I like your point of view on that. Because let's talk about that. Everybody at this table
So I don't care.
understands, like, we all for the culture. Like, we don't. Everybody at this table, I can truly say that we're not waiting for somebody to reward us, right? However, the masses kind of like awards, right?
I think what we have to do is to Colfax's opinion or what you were just saying. I think we have to get to a point where it's like we don't give a fuck.
I
So
agree.
it's like, yo, you gave me an Oscar, you gave me an Emmy, whatever. Oh, that's cool. But guess what? What really matters is when I'm motherfucking and walking down Nostrand, when I'm walking down Fulton, when I'm on 125th, I'm on fucking
Bankhead.
Slauson and whatever the fuck.
I'm on
in
Rockaway
Bankhead.
Avenue.
I'm on fucking 79th and Cottage Grove.
Stewart
I'm on
Avenue.
South
I'm
Jamaica.
on Rockaway and Livonia.
Guy our brewer.
And a motherfucker walks up to
Georgia
me
Ave, shouts to DC.
and be like, yo, you know what, man? that shit moved me, man. Like
Means
yo,
more.
that shit was raw.
And I said that a few pods ago.
Did you?
I mean,
You said that.
No, I did.
But does this plays back into what we talked about earlier in this podcast about shifting?
Shifting
Shifting
what?
mentality?
What you talking about?
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody like a K Dot getting a award.
So hold on.
Yeah.
You know what? For K Dot, right? Like, yeah, you won this Pulitzer. Net, are you gonna get more bread?
He might.
If you get more bread, cool.
He might.
Give me all the
Here's why-
motherfucking awards if I'm gonna get more bread.
Here's-
If I'm not getting no more bread, if all I'm getting you just jagging me off,
And
I could
trust
jag
me,
myself
Here's
off.
why I
I'm
do care.
going-
Here's
I'm
why I
with you
do
on
care.
that. I'm with you on that.
Here's why I do care. Because I believe in Kendrick Lamar, right? I believe that his mentality is where my mentality is. He represents what I represent. He will speak the words in rooms that I don't have access to, right?
Right.
The Pulitzer provides him that level of respect from their side to be in rooms where voices from our side of the fence or the tracks or whatever need to be heard. So as such, that's the only reason that it's valuable.
Exactly.
It puts him in places that maybe someone in this room might be able to access, but we all won't. Just knowing what we know.
It essentially
if that's the
becomes
case-
it essentially becomes the Black Panther factor, right?
But does it?
Certainly.
Well,
I mean,
again,
look, Monique won an Academy Award, and she fucked up right now.
Monique didn't code switch and play the game
She didn't, and that's what makes her
because
kinda
at the
goofy.
end of the day,
Right.
that's not
She
that's
gotta-
not what got Monique in trouble. Monique got in trouble for flaming people in the industry.
Yeah,
Listen,
she did
bro.
talk
And
about.
she stopped
talk about
hustling,
bro.
I ain't
Hold
stopped
on.
working.
And also, you had
But
to
that
look
goes
at
back
why
to playing the
Monique
game.
got the Oscar.
she had a hell of.
They got to every year, every 10
had a
to
hell of a
25
performance.
years, they got to have a mammy representation
Yeah.
to remind you
on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
that's
your
true.
place
Go
in
ahead,
our
Cole,
society.
fact them facts.
You went to Joel Osteen.
Joe Holsey,
Not
Yo,
Joel.
Cole Fact got the
What's
facts.
his name?
every
Cole
few
facts.
years. Look at why Holly got the first black woman best Oscar. She gets raped by a man named Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry. Let me continue that.
And that same
raped by
movie-
the man named Billy Bob, who is the CEO of her child's father, who's on death motherfucking row. So
Right.
if you're ever a film student or an artist or a creative in any capacity in 100 years, and you want to say, what was the first Oscar presented or won by a black woman for lead actress? You go back and look at that role.
You gonna say Halle Berry?
And she's begging for it while drunk, by the way. Make me feel good, make me feel good. Our queen.
Al Jolson.
Our queen.
Because prior to her was Hattie McDaniel.
At that point, the most
A
beautiful
mammy.
black woman on the planet
was reduced to a
whore
I agree.
who begged her death row baby dad CO to fuck her.
Damn.
That's the one. The second one, our king,
This nigga
the
cold.
greatest actor that has ever acted,
That was a cold roll, though.
was put in a fucking role where he was a fucking cop that gets killed.
But hold on.
and
That's
it
different.
wasn't his greatest role, brother.
Hold on.
I love him. I love them.
Stop the
And I meant to
motherfucking
say
presses.
Al
Please
Jolson.
go.
Stop
Al
the
Jolson.
motherfucking presses. Hold on. I'm gonna say two things.
Say it.
I got something to say about
The
this.
first, we're all talking about Denzel, right? Obviously.
Training day.
Shout out to the GOAT.
I'm gonna say that Denzel definitely should have won for Malcolm X.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Real quick.
Scent of a Woman, which was the competition that won, right? Pacino acted his ass off. And
When
I
he
think
played Pacino.
hold on. I think it was also one of those roles where it's like I gotta kind of give it to Pacino because of the body of work, right? We all know this shit is about politics,
It is.
right?
It's a popularity contest.
And it was a hell of a role, right? But Malcolm X, Denzel was Malcolm.
Totally.
However, Training Day, I can't take shit away from Training Day.
That was a good
because
movie.
that brother, even though he was fucked up, he acted his ass off. Training Day, that whole fucking, I don't want to say it's a soliloquy because he wasn't by himself.
Right.
But that whole fucking shit in the
Playing-
middle of the jungle with everybody.
Playing basketball in
Come on,
Pelican
man.
Bay.
You motherfuckers gonna be in Pelican Bay. Like that shit? You did that. Yo.
You did that. That was
Thank
great.
you. Yo, when he did that shit, it sent a shiver up my back.
He did. He's
I
that
was like,
kinda actor.
God damn, Denzel.
phenomenal
All right, can I
actor.
ask a question?
What?
Is Denzel really the greatest actor, like in your opinion?
Oh.
The reason why I'm asking,
Nah, I'm gonna say
Okay.
not even just
Black
black
actor.
actor. Nah,
This bait.
the reason why I'm asking,
he's playing
is because
himself, but he's a phenomenal fucking actor.
I agree that Denzel's a phenomenal actor, but I feel like in a lot of movies he acts the same way because it's
He's
more about
Denzel.
But Al
his
Pacino does that.
characteristic, like who he is. He's very
But what
militant.
great
Al Pacino
actor-
does that.
Okay,
I feel
Robert De Niro does
there are
that.
two actors that I can. Okay, you know what? I misspoke.
If you talk-
Meryl Streep is actually probably the greatest actor.
She's
of
a good
all
actor.
time.
She's dope. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I
then-
think if you talk about range, because I think about
That's what I'm talking about. Range.
I think about range. DiCaprio's a great actor.
What's the guy who
Fucking,
played Abraham? Forgot his name.
The British
Daniel Day-Lewis.
motherfucker.
Daniel Day-Lewis. He's
Ooh,
good.
ain't he
He
good?
cold.
Okay,
He cold
Daniel Day-Lewis,
motherfucker.
DiCaprio, Johnny
He cold,
Depp, they
man.
do all
Fuck
kinds
that.
of different
I think
shit.
Will
But
Smith
then-
has
Alright.
range.
But then great actors, yeah,
He
Will
cold.
Smith I would include, and there's once again two strains. There are actors who are hired to be themselves. Tom Hanks,
yes.
great actor,
Good typecast.
but he always plays Tom Hanks.
Denzel.
Denzel,
Yeah.
great actor, but he plays Denzel.
Samuel L.
Pacino.
Jackson.
Samuel Jackson plays
He's
plays
a
himself.
nigga ass nigga.
He a nigga ass old nigga,
And he's
somebody
been-
uncle.
He's been
and
that
everybody
way
loves
for
him.
over 200
Yo, I
movies.
think we're taking
The
a
most-
lot.
no,
I think
he's-
we're taking
he
a lot
most been,
away
he's-
from
he's-
Denzel.
his movies-
Honestly,
But yo,
like
I'm
the
sorry
Blade.
though, bro.
Wait.
Bro, I think we're
Denzel-
taking a lot away from
Yeah.
Denzel by
No,
saying
I'm
he's
not
always
saying-
playing himself. Because when he played Malcolm X, he transformed himself into Malcolm X.
He cut his dollars to be that.
When you watch Man on Fire, that's not Denzel just playing Denzel. I mean, I think we take a lot away from him when we say, okay, maybe he has some mannerisms that carry over, and maybe sometimes, like a lot of actors, maybe the material's not so good, maybe he doesn't put as much on it as De Niro, Pacino, they do the same thing too, where you have a few movies where like, wow, like he really transformed himself, and other movies where you see him, like he's just doing the Pacino part. I think we just taking some stuff away from Denzel right at this moment. We say he's always playing
I
himself.
met Denzel in person last Christmas. Around my Christmas time. It's just like, damn, this is dope. I was shit was like some transformation kind of moment there, whatever, right? I think if I met Robert De Niro, yeah, it was good. But Denzel, that shit was like, it was on some other level shit, bro, for real.
No, and I don't want to take anything away from Denzel. The thing is,
That
there's
fella
always
played
a
X.
there's always a Denzel moment in every movie. I guess is what I
Right.
want to say. It's like, okay, John Q, when he had the moment when his son was about to die,
Right.
his son was about to expire, and he held the hospital up hostage.
Yeah.
He had that moment where he told that powerful speech or soliloquy.
And that's what make a good actor,
Yeah,
or actress.
I'm saying
when they can
sometimes-
capture you in a
when I see
moment.
that moment, I see
Regardless
John
what they're
Q.
playing.
I see Training Day. I see Malcolm X. Just for those moments is what I'm saying.
But okay, so I'll give you that. But I also think on the flip side of that, sometimes when you work with inferior material, you got to raise the level of your movie.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I like that.
And,
I like that.
And when we talk about John Q. Denzel, he has to carry a lot more of that movie, and even actually, honestly, Training Day, is material that he basically carried. It's
Inside
not.
Man.
It didn't start off as great material.
Yeah.
Versus like Malcolm X, where he has really great material to work with, and you see how much higher his level is.
I mean,
True.
real quick, just to kind of get this thing rolling a little bit. The only thing I was gonna say about Training Day was I just felt like you've seen Denzel in a typical role until that. I think I'm not saying that it doesn't take away from what Cole Fax was saying about how he got the award, but I just feel like in terms of seeing his range of an actor, it was different,
Right.
from what you've seen until that point. So to me, I think it was well deserved. Were there movies he should have won before that? Of course.
Has
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
seen
100%.
Roman Israel Esquire that he got nominated for this year.
I didn't even see that.
I didn't see
I
that.
haven't seen it yet. I just wanted to know if anybody has seen
But he
it.
gets nominated damn near every year and gets
Yeah.
doesn't win.
But
Alright.
yeah, we just
We
put
care.
a
So,
lot of
we
emphasis
care
on,
is the
you know,
point.
We can't. So
awards.
now I gotta bundle this because I didn't know y'all was gonna go that deep.
We could
all
cut
this
it,
shit.
but
yeah. So May and June gonna be a good month for hip hop.
Because Kanye putting out all these albums.
Pusha T dropping May 25th.
Kanye dropping
alleged-
June 1st,
dropping
right?
June 1st.
Yep.
And
Tiana
Kanye
Taylor.
Cudi, June 8th.
It's good music, right? It's almost
music.
like
It's the rollout.
Can't wait.
it's like the good music rollout, but with all their artists.
Yeah.
It's like Cruel Summer Part
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Or My Beautiful
Dark
Twisted
Twisted
Good
Fantasy,
Friday,
right?
but every month.
Good month.
So
Yeah, good
all right.
luck. Good
So we're gonna let a cat from Chicago kick it off.
Facts.
What you think? Should the people care? based on the last
Come
album.
on, man. You know what Come on, man.
I am from the 80s on the south side of Chicago. That nigga Ye is our patron motherfucking prophet, nigga. He is the one. We've been waiting on this nigga since Chicago, since John Baptiste Point du Sable founded that bitch, nigga.
He went French on y'all.
When the Eli and I was still calling Chicago, nigga, the stinky lake. Hell yeah.
That's what that means?
Right? Yeah, Chicago means the stink lake, the smelly lake.
Damn,
but,
I didn't know that.
Point is that, nigga, hell yeah, this is probably some of the most important shit that's happened in art.
In art?
Yeah, I'm not going to just say music in the last 5 years. You know, this is the return because I'm just going to say T-Lop was just some holder shit. I believe now he has said, I got my kids out of the way. My wife is living her life.
His fashion
Gained
moving.
60 pounds.
I gained 1,000 pounds.
That
And I don't give a
motherfucker huge.
fuck.
He bigger than me.
I ain't
That
chasing
motherfucker
the,
is huge.
I'm not feuding with Jay.
They eating
I don't
biscuits
care.
and shit.
And I'm making art. And this is our greatest hip hop artist. Kanye is the greatest hip hop artist of all time. I'm not calling him the greatest MC. I'm not calling him the greatest
artist.
He is the greatest artist in hip hop of all time.
Right.
Over Pharrell.
Damn.
Yo, we just had this conversation on that podcast.
This month, this summer is super important to that legacy.
It means a lot.
From beginning to end with Pusha T through Kanye and Cudi.
Kofax.
Damn.
Too, I want you to expound, but please break that down too.
Yeah.
Like
With regards
artists,
to-
how for the
simple.
people,
All right,
what you mean by artistry?
as a creative, and we all are, but as a creative who gets paid to be a creative, you look at the many genres that you have to apply your talent to in business. Kanye has brought that to hip hop. He is the one that says, no matter what the platform, be it fashion, film, music, production in music, lyricism in music, or anything else.
Stage direction.
Design, concert,
showmanship, all that.
sequencing of songs, choice of women. You know, I will be at a level that is so elevated and so thoughtful and thought through that to me, that is what an artist does. That is what an artist is.
True.
You think through every detail of the concept that you have in your head. To me, no one else has done that to the degree to which Kanye fucking West has. I would not just sequester it to hip hop even. Maybe, the Beatles kind of in art.
Yeah.
In music.
Michael Jackson, maybe.
Michael Jackson.
In terms of detail.
But yeah, Michael Jackson is the closest. Prince musically. But
I would
what I'm
say
saying
Prince.
is that
I would say Prince.
I don't know. Yeah, Michael Jackson fashion, he impacted it. Jordan in a certain way, because you could say that obviously he excelled in his athletics, but in style, we're still looking like Jordan. Shoes,
facts.
all those other things. So what I'm saying is that to rap, Kanye is our greatest hip hop artist.
I would agree with that.
Damn. I think you broke it down.
I would agree with that.
You want to expound? You good?
No, I just think that, to Colfax's point, you think about just an artist who really transcends and who pushes boundaries, right? Like one of my favorite things that Kanye ever did outside of his outbursts, because I love the outbursts. I love standing
Even
on
that was thought.
I love standing next to fucking Michael Myers and being like, yo, George Bush does not care about black people. Because at the end of the day, it's true.
It is.
So let's be honest. I love that transparency that was put out there.
Yeah.
Then I love the fact that NBC was like, oh, we're not fucking with Kanye no more. You can't be back on NBC. And fast forward, you're back on NBC.
He was Saturday Night Live killing it.
So
multiple times.
So it's like I think that he gave cats the he let cats know, yeah, I'm rich, I'm famous, blah blah blah, whatever, but I'm gonna be myself and I'm not gonna acquiesce to any other motherfuckers.
Nope.
And fuck you, I'm gonna say what I want. Yeah, take me off the air for a year or two, whatever. I can't be
Don't
on your
give me
weak
that-
ass
that
network.
contract.
But at the end of the day, I got so much fucking influence. Suck my dick, and you're gonna put me on your shit anyway.
He said,
Abros first.
That's
suck
a
my
Chicago
dick
shit.
and acquiesce in the same goddamn sentence.
That's
I
an
did,
SAT
didn't
word.
Yeah, you did. Yes.
All right.
But
That's
do
ingenious.
you see how the culture it brings different? So actually, my man. So you know Cudi, right?
Yeah.
Cudi
Yeah,
and
Cudi and
Chike.
Chike.
Love those cats. Cudi from Southside too. I was talking
Creative
with them
control.
cats one day, and they said some dope shit. They was like, "Yo, it's actually about Kanye." They were like, "Kanye, he's really good at taking elements from different worlds and putting them together where it just makes sense."
He's a
That's
creative
the artist
director.
side of him.
Basically, a creative
Exactly.
director.
It's being an artist.
So, just like I just
being
did
honest.
in that one
Yeah.
lane, like I was like, "Yo, suck my dick," and acquiesce in the same fucking like sentence. That's cold.
That's cold.
Yo,
I couldn't even do that.
So real quick, because I know you gotta get out of
But-
here. That was funny.
I hear all that, but I that shit is fly. I'm not gonna lie, but
That,
like,
that was a J. Cole rhyme.
no, never that, never that.
Fucked up.
I'm more interested in the music like right about now, because like right
That's what we
now
should care
is
about.
What you think?
time. And I think it is gonna be great. Like I think Kanye has had a lot of time off, and he's seen like different things and between like with his family,
Girl
just,
getting
like,
robbed.
girl getting robbed.
Damn, that did.
Like it,
Yeah, that
I
happened.
think that all the stuff that he's gone through, like Kanye knows how to make. He knows how to speak out that specific content, speak that into content. Like so, everything that he goes to, like I remember, like my dark twisted fantasies when he got at South Park when he was like,
Yeah, that was
the fist
funny.
stick. That shit was so. Dope
was funny.
'cause It was like the whole
You got
cartoon
SNL
is
too.
about him
Yeah.
not getting it, and then he flipped it on you, and it
Yeah.
was better than the cartoon. to
It
me.
was.
So like all the stuff that he's going through, like I think is gonna produce great work because he's going through like a lot of pain.
Yeah, and let's ask this question because we gotta be like, critical too at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
Him and Cuddy's gonna be great.
I think it's gonna be dope, right?
if they can
But
get along. through it.
what do you feel
They're
about
gonna
this?
fight in the studio.
What do you feel about when I think 2017 when he went down to Trump Towers, gold hair, blonde hair, whatever that is, and he
know
took
what's
that little
crazy? Can I
photo
speak-
op.
Yeah.
He took that photo op, with
Can I
Trump.
speak about that?
Yeah, speak about that.
So we don't,
because there's a lot of people don't.
Trump is a fucking rapist.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yes,
Sexist.
true.
Ass fuck.
100.
But at the same time, my
Grab her by
father,
the
when he
pussy.
got elected as a businessman from fucking Mississippi, coming up from there through Peoria to Chicago, said, "You need to go and get some of that money immediately." When he was elected, like the day after, you need to get your minority business, whatever enterprise thing, and go and get some of that money.
So he
And
could go from being Bush don't give a fuck about black people
if
to
you don't
taking photos with
exalt
Trump.
the office or within our government to a certain place of religious status,
Yeah,
they are just executives, right?
I'm just asking that question.
And from my
No.
perspective, when I saw, just to conclude real fast, that when Kanye went to the
Yeah,
fucking
Trump
elevator,
Towers.
the Trump Tower,
Yeah.
it was one. Kanye always does what Kanye wants, and his truth is his truth. I think he's autistic, but I think that's his truth.
Oh, he
And I think-
autistic guy. That
I
motherfucker
think
crazy.
Specifically, it's like, you know what? I am at a level that no picture op, no conversation, no meeting will in any way influence the way I feel about the world from my POV.
Right.
So I think that he could go to up the tower, up to see Trump as whatever, not president yet, but
No, he's president elected.
president-elect, and say, you know what? I will speak my piece. I will hear what you got to say. I will come down here and take this picture, and I'll still be dope.
I mean, I
Do you
think,
think it made a difference though?
Not at all.
no.
Okay.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
think it
Yeah,
did.
I mean, to
And
some
that's
basic,
why, that's why I
know.
think there's so much people.
I think he's gonna come back and make dope music, and people just gonna be like, "Yo, the fuck! I still fuck
Right.
with this nigga and love him." And
We'll
just
see. I love Ye.
I mean, I think
But we'll
just to wrap that part up, I think the issue was that he should have took the picture. Everything else, going to see the president, that was cool.
I mean, he can do what he wants.
Whatever.
why not?
But I got a problem with it.
And-
That's just me.
Can I inspect the J real quick?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, Kanye has had a tremendous success having a messianic complex, and sometimes his messianic complex gets the better of him. And I think he really thought, I'm gonna go talk to Donald Trump, and I'm gonna save like
Yeah, you're gonna
the
control
world
race
with it.
right.
And he came downstairs like, yeah, we just did it, and Kanye just has
Trump
that
trolled
complex
him, man.
sometimes.
Let's be real
It's
about
not-
that.
I agree with everything
Trump
Cole Fax
trolled
said
him.
about
He
Kanye.
trolled
He's
him.
definitely the greatest hip hop artist of all time. He's gonna set off 5 or 6 waves in his career. This next album going to set off 3 more waves, and I'm happy about it because I'm kind of tired of the wave everybody on right now anyway. But I think sometimes that gets the better of him. And I think he went up to Trump like, I'm going to save everything, and because he's just used to that.
So thanks for joining us. All right, join us next time.
Never
man.
ran,
Appreciate
never
you joining
will.
us.
Hey, no soft talk when it comes to telling the truth.